Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my channel, and today is the 400 subscriber special. Thank you all for getting me to 400 subscribers. It is a very good milestone. I have absolutely blown away that we even managed to hit this milestone this year. I've hit both 300 and 400 this year. It's absolutely great. Thank you all so much for supporting me through the years and, you know, watching my videos and all that. It's been absolutely great, you know, doing this, and I'm gonna continue on doing this until eventually I cannot anymore. So, anyways, I'm going to now go ahead and get on with the video, and, so yeah, I guess I will begin now. First things first, I gotta end up showing you guys one thing that I recently did, but it was for the better good. As you can see here, this is my old Monomorium minimum setup. As you can see, it is outside, and you can see my Monomorium minimum colony moving out of their setup. Now, I know many of you guys loved this colony, and it was probably one of the favorites on the channel, but I did so for a very good reason. You see, I personally was not enjoying keeping them anymore, and I was planning on getting in some more bigger species that needed more of the room. This species will 100% survive outside and will be in my yard forever until eventually the colony dies, which will be, I don't know when, seeing as in they inbreed. They are native here, so they are not going to affect the environment in a horrible way or anything. So this is going to be the last time you see these guys on the channel, at least for a while, unless if I go outside and feed them for a video. I know it's a little bit of a, you know, sad thing, but say goodbye to the Monomorium minimum, and I'll go ahead and show you what I got to replace them. Now you may be wondering, what is inside of this box? Well, this is going to be one of the 3 species that I'm introducing onto the channel. One of the 3 reasons why I ended up getting rid of the Monomorium minimum. These ants are an ant species that I kept for a very long time, but I never really showed on the channel. This species is going to be one that was actually my first ever ant species I ever kept. This is Tetramorium immigrans. Well, that was a nice voice crack. This is a Tetramorium immigrans founding chamber. As you can see, there are a few queens in there. I'm going to be founding them like this so I can get a larger colony out of this, but if those don't make it, I ended up getting a second colony of them. Now, the second colony is a colony of them, as I said, that is monogynous. And after nearly a minute of failing to unwrap them, here are the monogynous colony. These guys are going to be the species that I'm not going to be experimenting on, really. These guys are going to be the colony that I will be growing probably throughout next year. This colony will not grow very big this year, but they will later on. Now here is the close-up of this colony. You can see that they have quite a few brood-boosted workers and brood-boosted, well, brood. This queen was caught very recently, and she seems to be doing very good now. This footage was taken when I first ever got them a few days ago, and you can see they're doing absolutely great. They have tons of workers, tons of everything. Yeah, so pretty much this species has been a species that I have kept before, but I never really showed them on the channel. They were my first ever ant colony that I got back in 2017, well, first species, and then they died within 2020, I think, around about fall of 2020. The queen ended up dying, and the colony ended up dying out. So this time, now that I got this colony, I plan on tracking their entire history from when I first got them until now. Anyways, onwards to the second colony. Now, this is a species that I've wanted for a very long time now, and a species that has been a dream of mine to keep. You can probably guess what the species is if you know me well, but this is Camponotus floridanus. This is probably one of the fastest growing Camponotus species within the US, and have absolutely beautiful colors. Here is a close-up of this queen. You can see that she has, well, as I just stated, absolutely beautiful colors up close, and she has a ton of little tiny hairs all across her face and all sorts of stuff. You can see that she is only a queen currently, but that is soon to change over time, seeing as in she's already been founding for about a month now. The brood development cycle of this ant species is very quick. Camponotus floridanus take about a month and a half about in order to fully develop into a worker. This is extremely quick for a Campanata species, and put that alongside the fact that they don't exactly lay in batches and they lay tons and tons of eggs, they grow extremely fast. So fast, in fact, that I was told that once they get to around about 20 workers in about 3 months, from there, they should end up exploding into the thousands very quickly. So I'm extremely excited for this colony to get very big, and I'm sure they're going to make an absolutely great addition onto this channel. Before continuing on, I do want to say that me, alongside 2 other ant-keeping YouTubers, have made a Discord server. That is right, I have started a little bit of an ant-keeping community on Discord for fans of me, Ant Ramblings, and Antimatters. Well, Antimatters actually owns, the server, but I help with managing it alongside Ant Ramblings. The 3 of us are making the server just sort of for our little communities. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. I'll have a link to it in the description. And yeah, I guess we shall continue on with the video. Yeah, so anyways, onwards to the next ant species. This is an ant species that just opened up onto the market. This is Pheidole rhea, the largest Pheidole species in the world. How excited I am to keep this colony is honestly beyond, just like expression. I'm hoping and praying that this queen makes it alongside all of her workers, because if I can get this colony going, they are going to grow so fast. This is one of the few Pheidole species that has super majors. So those are extremely large majors that pretty much are a completely separate caste from other majors. This is the scientific, meaning of them pretty much. They're morphologically different majors from other majors pretty much. They are absolutely massive. They probably are around about the size of the queen, which is queen is like probably around about, I don't know, 15 to 20 millimeters. So yeah, I'm super excited to keep this species. Anyways, onwards with the next little bit of this video. Before shouting out a bunch of different YouTubers, this is going to be a little bit of a Q&A coming from Instagram, Discord, and YouTube. First question comes from Instagram, which is a question that says, what are my top 3 favorite colonies that I have ever kept? And that has to go with my Solenopsis xylone, were probably a top 3 of mine. You had my Perigicina longicornis. I absolutely loved those ants. They're so easy to keep. There's just anything like them. And then you have my Camponotus consabrinus. Although they are growing extremely slowly, they are probably one of my best species that I've ever kept. They're very chill. They grow relatively fast for Camponotus. That, and they're probably tied with Novaborkensis. So yeah, anyways, onwards to the next question. I'm just gonna say you sent this, Armin. I don't know. I don't think I can answer this in the slightest. I can't answer this at all. Anyways, onwards to the next one. Cage Rogen, I think is how you pronounce it, asks, worst and best species in your opinion to keep? Now this one is actually a little bit interesting because I don't really know this. Worst probably has to be like something like Brachymyrmex staphylis, which you cannot even really keep, or what else? I guess Myrmecocystis mimicus is up there as well as one of the worst that are kept. And best species has to be pretty much any Camponotus. Camponotus are probably some of my favorite ant species ever. Alongside this, I think some Solenopsis are cool, mainly Xylone. But besides from that, I think Camponotus is the #1 of the best species that you can probably ever keep. Next question was asked from Darth Vader on the Discord server. He's Midwest Antics, and he asked, what is the biggest colony I've ever kept? That would have to be my Solenopsis Invicta colony that got to around about 80,000 workers. Now, I do not have any footage of the ant species on my phone anymore, but I have an entire playlist on my channel of the growing of that entire colony. It is probably some of my most popular videos back in the day of just growing out that species. highly recommend actually checking it out. It's really cool seeing, I guess, also the progression of my channel you can watch through that one, alongside my Solenopsis xylone. But, yeah, probably my Solenopsis invicta are definitely the species that I grew the largest. Another question from Discord, Houdini, I believe is the name. How big is your Tetramorium bicarinatum colony? Now, the big main bit of the colony did end up dying off, but the bit that is inside of the vivarium is still going very good and are alive and well. I'd estimate the colony is probably around about 2,000 to 3,000 workers inside of the vivarium with a good amount of queens, probably anywhere from 12 to 50, something like that, I don't know. Probably around about 50 queens actually is a good estimate. They've been growing extremely well in there, and I don't think I'm going to end up taking them out again. I think they'll just forever be a vivarium ant, and I'm okay with that. They seem to be doing absolutely great in there. From Danielle Swart on YouTube that asks, will I ever be getting Pheidole megacephala? Yes, eventually again, probably. I absolutely loved this colony. This colony was probably one of my favorites in the entire room, and I really do miss having them. But currently, since I did get Pheidole rhea, it will be a very long time until I get Pheidole megacephala again, but at least trust me that they will be coming back onto the channel. I just do not know exactly when, but they're coming soon. I absolutely loved this colony. I cannot see myself not keeping them again. Honestly, they're pretty cool. And the last question from Ant Keeping Richard, which was, what was your first ant species? That was back in 2017, and it was the species known as Tetramorium immigrans. Now that the Q&A is done, I'm going to shout out a few channels that I actually do find very interesting and are personally ones that I absolutely love watching. So first off, you have Arthropod Antics, Cheeto, Tyler, whatever you want to call him. He is probably one of my closest associates, I guess. I've known him since 2018, really good friend of mine. The next one will probably have to be Ants Midwest 448, another Wisconsin YouTuber, only about 259 subs. I do think he deserves to get a little bit farther up there, although he doesn't upload very much. He is still one of my, I guess, what is the word I'm looking for? You know what I mean. Then you have Midwest Antics, of course. He's the one who did the thumbnail for this video. Very cool dude. And then Antimatters and Ant Ramblings, obviously. Pretty cool people. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, subscribe if you're new. We are already like 22% of the way to 500 subscribers, which is... I cannot express how happy I am for this. This is like, my channel's growing so fast, it is honestly really hard to keep up with now. So thank you so much for making this video possible. This video has been being made since June 30th. It is now coming out on June 5th or June 6th, hopefully. I don't know when. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like it if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, subscribe if you're new, check out my Patreon, Instagram, Arthropod Antics, all the channels that I mentioned. Check out the Discord server and Keeping Anthology, and the new Discord server that I started with the Antimatters and Ant Ramblings. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video, I already said all this anyways. Goodbye.